Well, yes, good evening, lads, lasses, and non-binary folk. How are we all feeling tonight? I just realised I'd muted myself, as I always do. I really should remember to keep unmuting myself. Do tell me if my sound okay? Good evening, Douglas. Quick on the draw there, mate. I am giddy, positively ecstatic for this. I've really much enjoyed this game series, so it's nice to play it again. Yes, because today we will be playing in light of the new Halo game. Caught the notification. Oh, well, there you go. Actually sent out a notification. That's the most impressive part of that. But yes, I have a bit of a soft spot for this Halo series. Spent many a day wasting away with my... well, many a weekend, actually. They could only ever play games on the weekends. But yes, playing with my nieces and nephews, mostly my nephews. And we played Halo Reach in particular quite a bit. And so, I have a soft spot for Halo Reach, and I think it's the best Halo game. Best thing Bungie's ever made. And so, that's why... that is not entirely the reason why we're starting with Halo Reach, but it is most of the reason. Playing Halo Reach on the Xbox One, because I haven't got the Master Chief Collection on the computer. C'est la vie. And I am just so excited. Forge mode was my personal vice before I was aged to enjoy a nice bourbon or rye. Well, I was an adult when I was playing Forge, and I still found it a vice. It was like playing Lego. It's like an excuse to play Lego. I was playing it with my nephews, so I'll play it. They want to play Halo, of course I'll play it with them. And also, their mother, the mother of my nephews, my sister, was far more likely to let them play Halo when I was the one playing with them. So, I was the favourite uncle, you see. Because I would play the games with them. The only reason I'm any good at games. But yes, Forge mode. I really wish I could find the old Xbox 360 that had all the old Forge maps on it. Perhaps one day. Maybe I'll do a tour... a tour of the old maps. It's a French word for map. Map. I should probably know this considering I did French for several years. Tour de carte. Tour of the maps. And the old Forge. Sitting on that Xbox 360 somewhere in this house. Yes, let's just jump over to it. Get over mine. Jump over to the gaming screen for you. There we are. The old Halo Reach thing. Check it out though. You can probably see in the darkness. It's just not... the controller's not on right now. Look at that. Me and my nephews have completed every single one of these, solo and co-op, on Legendary. Back in the day, when we're actually good at it. We won't be doing that today. We'll probably be playing on normal, or easy. We're not here to fight the game, we're here to enjoy ourselves and reminisce in the past. And yes, before you ask, the name at the bottom of the screen was randomized and never changed. You see, this profile, a strange story, and something that happened from the old days. You told me if the game music is too loud. It's good music, though. Back in the old days, we didn't bother to make multiple profiles. The nephews all used... nieces and nephews on the Xbox 360 all used one profile that they named everyone. And that's where they played most of this game. The second player would just be playing the, a guest profile. They wouldn't bother to make a second one on the Xbox 360 for quite some time, not until... until they were bit older, quite a few years after they got the Xbox 360, probably just before the Xbox One came out. That's when they made their own profiles. And so this is the everyone profile. And a year or two back, my nephews visited, and they wanted to play, because I was the one who had the Xbox One that they originally, the Xbox 360 they originally used, and an Xbox One. They actually wanted to play it. They signed into their accounts on the Xbox One and realized that the saves for this game, because it was emulated through it, weren't actually attached to their accounts. And so they didn't have all their wonderful customization options. They never played online, actually. They only ever played locally, so it was a game we played at parties, or LAN parties, and the like. Oh. That's going to be happening a lot. The controller is very, fiddly. And so they always played on this profile, called Everyone. And they realized they needed it back if they wanted all their fancy customization options. I have done a bit of editing myself just before the stream to make it a bit more consistent with my current outfit, I suppose. White and blue. And the pink on the rose is because based after a family of roses called winter roses or Christmas roses, and they're pink. I was trying to be thematic. I remembered there was a series of roses, so I wanted to be romantic, I suppose. And back to the story though, they realized they had to go back to the old Xbox 360, which was a pain to find, by the way, and make that an online profile. And when you made it online, because you had to join Xbox Live on the Xbox 360, it gives you a random name. Can't remember what the random names were of the other ones, but this one got the random Xbox Live name of Furry Crawdad. A most frightful image. Frankly, I don't want a furry crawfish of any kind, let alone a crawfish of parental responsibilities. But c'est la vie, I suppose. And they never changed it, because all they wanted was the data. Nothing else. And so here we are, with all the colours and the emblems, the armor effects that they never unlocked, because they only ever played locally, so you didn't need your fancy armor effects. I have a lot to say about this game. That music is just spectacular. Practically sing this stuff off by heart. And so many hours in this bloody game. Granted, I'd have to start screaming over it to emulate how it really was when I was originally playing it. Ah, Eric, you're doing it, Uncle Eric, you're in! I never showed those children mercy. Eventually they became much better than I was, though. And I could never win in a firefight with them. They learn a lot quicker. But I ran out of what I was doing, but yes, Furry Crawdad. A most frightful name. Let's begin. Shall we? Oh yes, while this is playing, let's turn on the fun skulls. Explosions, grunt birthday, and swearing. Nah, I'll turn that one off. You know, we'll see how much progress we make on just ordinary normal. No scoring. Start a solo campaign. Excuse me. Oh yes, I should probably ask, speaking you mentioned bourbon and rye. Nice bourbon or rye? What poison has everyone got for tonight? I've got a classic. Asahi Super Dry. I don't usually drink beers, but there happen to be beer in the fridge, and I am currently in quarantine and unable to get my own alcohol. So, I didn't want to finish my gins just yet, so here we are, with beer. It's good beer, though. And cheers to this bloody masterpiece of a game. Couldn't tell you why it is. I just have it great fondness. Boop, 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 boop. We're twinsies. Doesn't surprise me. It's a pretty popular beer in Australia. Oh, goodness. I can feel the nostalgia sweeping over me already. It's... Thinking back on many Christmases. I chose the most old man looking helmet. I thought I'd make sure I looked as handsome as I always do. Sort of looks like I have a beard when I have this helmet, doesn't it? The everyone profile was actually golden black when I found it this morning. Could have kept it like that, but you know. Reach. Do tell me if it sounds fine. It looks good. Yes, it's the medic helmet, that's right. Appropriate. I was at some point trained as a paramedic. And was at one point tempted to join the army. Sounds fine and looks good. Wonderful. No returns of the horrifying metallic screech. Look at our handsome boy.
Contact with Visegrad Relay was lost last night. All signals flatlined at 2600 hours. I responded with trooper fire teams, which have since been declared MIA.
And now you're sending us.
The Office of Naval Intelligence believes deployment of a Spartan team is a gross misallocation of valuable resources. I disagree.
Commander.
Interesting.
So that's our new number 6.
It is.
Cat, you read his file?
Only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Should have read the parts that were covered in black
Anyone
ink.
claim responsibility, sir?
Really shows my
Might
good
be
side.
The local insurrection. 5 months ago, they pulled a similar job on Harmony. Hit a relay to take out our eyes and ears, then stole 2 freighters from dry dock. That cannot happen here. Reach is too damn important.
Oh yes, that's right. They
I
were
want that
insurgents
relay
at some
back
point, weren't
online,
they?
Noble One.
Sir, consider it done.
But yes,
Then I'll see you
this
on the
whole
other
week
side.
I'll be trying to stream as much as possible to blitz through as many of these games as
Lieutenant,
possible.
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Cat, Noble 2,
Be
Neil and George. 4
interesting
and
to
5.
see if I can get very far.
You're riding with me, Noble 6. Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled.
I wonder who the original
Me,
Nova
I'm just
6
happy
was.
to have Noble back up to full strength. Just
Never
one
really
thing.
read far
I've seen
beyond
your
the actual
file.
games
Even
themselves.
the parts the Oni censors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear?
Oh, shadowing.
Got it, sir. Welcome to Reach.
Good to be here. But yes, I'll be playing through as many of the games as I can, and this is the first in the story chronological order of the games, so I thought I'd start with it. It's also my favourite, so kind of get me into the mood. And we can go with the Halo series and our most stoic of Spartans, Master Chief. Old Johnny Boy himself.
Listen up, Noble Team. We're
Old
looking at a
Johnny.
down relay outpost 50 clicks from Visegrad. We're gonna introduce ourselves to whoever took it out, and then Cat's gonna get it back online.
Get me under the hood, Commander.
Sir, why would rebels want to cut off Reach from the rest of the colonies?
You get a chance, maybe you can ask him, George.
Well, if I was an insurgent, I'd want to cut off the bloody place that was
Back in
creating all
chance.
those Spartans that they were sending at us.
Nada. Can't say what's jamming us.
You heard her. Dead zone confirmed. Command will not be keeping us company this trip.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm lonely already.
Oh, I just want to react to this whole game like I'm part of the team. What's everyone else's in chat's experience with the beautiful world of the Halo series? It is true that I spent less time in the campaign and more time in the Forge maps, particularly that giant Forge World one, building funny little structures like I was playing with Legos. Really did give that feeling.
There's the communications outpost.
Reading a distress beacon.
Oh dear, feels quite strange. Yes, I like these settings. How dare you assume that I would do something as
Let's check it out.
bloody sacrilegious as voting controls. The audacity. I'm sure this looks probably better in the Master Chief Collection, but I was just playing the original Trash Bandicoot when I could have played... I owned the remaster, so you can tell that I am more about
Let's go, 6.
living in the past than I am about everything else. Oof.
Alright, noble team, spread out. Watch the
I played every game except 5. I don't own 5, but when I was visiting a friend, they had a console with 5 on it, and I played through it then. That would have been
Structure point
2 or 3 years ago.
Looks clear from this angle.
Oof. The frame rate's a bit rough. I think I should turn that off. Is this? There seems to be some sort of motion blur that I don't remember.
It's coming from just south of you, Commander. We're close.
And my eyes are worse.
Roger that.
That's probably the case. As you can tell, I've almost got oh hello, Mail. Almost got a muscle memory for where you're meant to go in this game. Yep, okay. It's a bit sensitive. I just can't remember. How does one... That's punch. Ah, there's punch. Found it.
Stand down, noble 6.
Hide me.
Make out any ID?
Negative, but it's military.
So where are the troopers?
Why are we not seeing explosives residue?
Yes, why are we
Can you
not
confirm any EX residue in the area?
Negative, sir.
Plasma, maybe.
Can't be. Not on reach. There's a lot of blood on the ground.
Where are those bloody birds?
Alright, Noble, looks like there's nothing here.
Time for some terrible, terrible treatment of native wildlife.
Look at the next structure, boss.
Circle west and check it out.
Noble team,
Got
you
him.
have permission to engage, but be selective.
Yeah, that's right, Cat. You hate these birds as much as I do. Suffer my wrath, emus. Or big emu-like things. What are they, moas? Very good-looking game, too.
Noble 6, move into the house. Go in
I once found my nephew going through all these levels, scouring through every nook and cranny. He was convinced there were secrets behind every corner. And there's no surprise, a lot of these, especially in these earlier levels, a lot of the areas are quite populated. They feel
heat sinks in the structure ahead.
like they were just lived in, and granted, there were a few secrets.
On your knees, now! They're not rebels. They're farmers.
Quite a few secrets in this game, actually.
Ask them what they're
Once we
doing.
get to them, I'll talk about them if I can remember. Wonder if I can do this. Try.
Neighbors were attacked last night.
Neighbors were attacked.
He heard screams,
Screams.
gunfire.
Gunfire.
Stopped around sunrise. Says something in the fields killed his son.
Something.
Commander, be advised, I'm reading heat
Nope,
signatures and
we don't get to go back inside.
of your position. Over.
Copy that. Get them back inside.
Nope, nope, damn it. Nope, yeah, there we are. There's some sequence breaking. Take that.
Noble team, double time it.
If I remember correctly, there was a lot of ways to glitch out of bounds in this game. One of them allowed you to see the little fellow who jumps over the top of us here. And what he does, he jumps over the thing and then slowly shrinks until he's nothing and disappears. Same happens with quite a few of the, a lot of the time when
Damn.
those little helicopter things are flying off into the distance, they're not actually getting
Military casualties. 2
distant,
innocent troopers.
they're getting smaller.
Looks like they were interrogated.
Very amusing. Oop.
It's messy. Move. Watch your motion trackers.
Ah yes, clever way.
What the hell was that? June.
You see anything?
Damn, I missed it. I was going to try and shoot it.
Thermal's clean.
They do try and make it feel like a bit of a horror movie at this point, don't they? Well, the beginning of one of those... I guess it's like the beginning of one of those space sci-fis where the aliens haven't been quite discovered yet. Now it's time for our first firefight. Well, technically our second.
Here we go.
They're headed into the basement. Move down to the lower level.
Is this a basement? Call this more of a garage. Or a bottom floor.
Banshees, heads up, Charlie 1.
This feels good to play again. Come on. Hey! Way! I'm so used to shooting guns with a mouse and keyboard, I have no idea how to shoot anymore. I might need to turn the sensitivity down. Oh yes, that worked. The amount of times I've done I was doing a legendary playthrough and got killed by one of those little bastards, spinning around on the head like a quite a macabre spinning top.
Don't believe there's enemy dropships inbound.
I would. Hello. Oh yes, this is one of the firefight maps, isn't it? I think the last time I played this... Oh no, I didn't play it in Legendary last time. I played a bit with my nephews when they came over to play it themselves. They managed to play the whole series too as well back then. I played a few times with them. Yeah. These were the only time these little guys were here. The skirmishers, or what are they called? The pistol is the strongest weapon. I never understood why anyone used this bloody thing. So inefficient.
Cheer up, big man.
So bloody inefficient.
Into a free fire zone.
Don't sound too excited, Emil.
I need you at that relay outpost now. Boss, I'm showing
Almost sound like you want to commit terrible war crimes.
Copy that, June. We're on it. 6, you got point.
Oh yes, the mowers. Suffer my wrath, bird. Okay, I got one of them. The damn bird's getting away. Oh! Thank you, bird. Your sacrifice was not in vain. Bloody bird, get back here. There we are. Oh wow. In normal, these guys are quite competent, aren't they? I remember this firefight being particularly egregious and legendary.
On the ground. We'll meet you at the outpost.
Did I ever play this with all skulls enabled?
Airlift. Over.
I don't know.
Get to work.
I wasn't quite that much of a masochist, I suppose.
Let's scout ahead.
Come on, fellas.
Get me there.
Oh, yes, that's right. Come on, Carter. Holding the team up. Guess they don't realise I know this game in the back of my hand. They're probably wondering, why is this Noble Six fella know exactly where we need to go even before we've said it? And now we're going this way.
Enemy sighted.
Well, I first played this game, actually. Bloody birds, get back here. Birds are invincible. When I first played these games with my nephews, they always went this way. Not the other way, because you can actually go two ways in this level. I'm sure most of you knew that. Bloody birds. Yep, nope, okay. And depending which way you went, changed how the level would play out. It wasn't that much different, but, you know. I believe there's a DMR somewhere around here. Oh dear.
We're clear.
Wonderful. Are we?
That one's damaged goods. distress signal.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read?
Where was that
Attacked by
DMR?
Covenant forces. The Covenant is on reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on reach.
I've discovered.
Let's move, 6. We gotta find the source of that.
Does the DMR not spawn when you go this way? Eh.
Don't we have more important things to do than round up strays? We don't leave people behind. You see those troopers, you let me know.
Well,
Noble leader, I'm seeing possible friendly forces under attack, northeast of your position. Over.
We're under attack. Repeat, Mayday. Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. We are under attack by the Covenant. I got wounded. Cannot hold this position.
We need to find those troopers now.
damn, these birds really running to my bullets. Good God, I suck at this. Where are these troopers? Oh, there's a shotgun around here. If I remember correctly, in this building. Hope it's still there. Yes, hello everyone, hello, hello. Ah, there it is. I love the look of the shotgun in this game. Looks a lot more rougher, a bit more, well, like a shotgun, I suppose. Well, mates, get here quick. I'll leave you without you. This is the Era Quintus train, and it has no brakes. Except when there are mowers around. Then I have brakes. Because I want to make sure I hit him. Crunch.
Good work. Get clear. Noble 3, we've located the trooper squad. Request immediate evac. Mind coordinates.
Wonderful. Now that's done. The Covenant can be taken care of. The real threat's been killed. Wouldn't have been a proper playthrough without that bloody sound effect going off every 3 seconds.
Evac transport, keep your distance. 6, hold position. Clear an LZ.
You're here too. Why am I holding position?
Travis, sir. 3 Charlie. It's the Covenant.
Give me your bloody gun.
Corporal. Let's get you out of here.
Has more bullets than mine did.
Be advised, we got hostile dropship inbound.
All right, mate. Wonderful water physics. Look at it. Ow. Ow. How dare you? Worked out well. First death of the run. One of many, I suppose.
Evac transport, keep your distance. 6, hold position. Clear an LZ.
Spartans. Corporal Travis, sir. 3 Charlie. It's the Covenant.
We know, Corporal.
We figured that one out, Corporal. It's alright.
Enemy troop transport is on the way.
Be advised, we got hostile dropship inbound.
Oh. Guess there are challenges or something that run still. I'm surprised they still have servers running.
Spirit is on approach.
Oh yes, that's right, they're called spirits, aren't they? Pow pow pow. How the hell did he hit me? Did you see that? That was tripe. Bloody tripe. DMR. Hold for weapon details. Wow.
check in.
Hello? Hey, there's still 3 alive.
Transport. LZ is clear. Move in for evac.
Affirmative. Transport inbound.
Oh, we're getting out. Very confused. I always went around the other way when I played by myself, so I thought, oh yeah, we have to go to that other place, don't we? Nope.
Noble 2, sit rep.
We're at the relay.
Look at our handsome boy, George.
Mechanism's been flash fused.
Can you beat it?
I dial up my torch, cut the way through. Gonna take some time.
And Emil, whatever the hell happened to Emil? Anyone know? 'Cause if I am aware, he never actually perishes in this game. By the way, everyone dies in this game. It's a bit of a... I've forgotten the trope, the story trope, but it's a bit of one of those things, you know? Whittled down to one, sort of thing. There's a particular term for it, and it's slipping my mind. I'd say. In about the 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm not too sure how long we've actually been playing for. We've made good progress. I just realised your chat has been invisible this whole time. There you go, you're not invisible anymore. Oh! Hole in the texture, I saw it.
Contacts.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Sort of wish I could shoot out of this thing.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, breaks over.
June doesn't die, Emil does though. Well, yes, I remember that one. Bit difficult to forget the fact he suffered quite the major trauma to his back and or chest. Oh wow, that worked out well. I'm just a bloody steam train. Ah, yes. The mightiest of weapons. How about thee, you bastards? Brum brum. The Tractus Tractor, or Traxxas Forklift, coming out here to fork up the competition. Haha, get it? It's like fuck up the competition. Except I've used forklift. Oh, I said Emil, right? I thought I said June. I forgot their names. Emil's got that kind of bald man helmet. And June's bald, so I made the assumption.
How we doing, Cat?
Brum brum.
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander. I've cut about halfway through the door.
Contact. Hold them off till Cat can hack the control.
Brum brum.
Detective. Dropship inbound. Heads up. You've got trouble.
Hey.
Covering
Let's
fire.
go! Fight me, you little grunts. Yes!
Shut them down, Noble. You're gonna die.
I thought he was saying that to me. Yeah. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. One of these abilities, these armor abilities that were introduced in this game, felt probably far more useful when you use them in multiplayer against opponents.
Cat?
Just about there. We're in.
I am genuinely as far away as I could be. But this is not legendary, so it's not really a problem. Oh, yes.
Inside, Lieutenant. I'll cover you.
Evening, everyone. Good to see you all. How are we all doing? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Give me all of the ammunition. Ah, that's the end button. It would have probably just told me the button, but... Skeleton crew. Huh. Great pun. Yes, we're going. Righty then. Guess I have to take point. This night vision is a bit strange. What if this is a leftover from the ODST game? ODST also had a night vision.
Number 6. Search that.
It's a bit more utilized in that game, though. You know, weirdly populated. Oh. Ah, yes.
Where's
This
the
one.
rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
Damn. Plasma damage.
Found something.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
Jeez.
I got a live one over here.
Don't anybody so bloody rude about it.
Archie, come. It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you. George. I got her.
A harder team now. I'd say 5-man band. There's 6 of us though.
We've been engaged.
I like the camera work in this game. I just only have nice things to say. Ooh, I forgot about that. Get back, man. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. Not very fair taking a meat shield. Bloody hell.
Stay on the entrance. 2, handle her.
Wow, how the hell did he manage to do that?
Clear the hole.
Boom, boom. I always forget about that little dude going, ah! Just before the door. Rocking out. Absolutely rocking out, mate. Look at these things. So confusion into one enemies. Into one's enemies, not one enemies. Cheeky sod. I also remember this being a bloody nightmare during Legendary. Okay.
There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered.
I remember a glitch that once happened here. A respawning glitch, I think it was. This is some sort of server room, and there you've got the cool room for the servers. And somehow, don't know how, when my nephews were playing once and I was watching, one of the nephews managed to get stuck in there. They somehow spawned inside that chamber. There's the shotgun, that's what I was looking for. And this for the funsies. They spawned inside the chamber and they were just stuck there. Nothing they did, they could get out. They didn't have any grenades, they... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, good thing I had the thing. Oof. Excuse me. That was a bit embarrassing. Everyone ignore that. In Legendary, that was a death sentence. Sort of glad it isn't Legendary right now. I'll talk about Legendary a lot because I had to play the game a lot to get that game mode done. Shing.
Noble 5 reporting. Targets neutralized.
Indeed they are.
Area secure.
That needs you to reset a junction. Do it, get back here.
Junction reset. First level complete. In 30 minutes, no less. A good pace.
How long?
I get halfway through the game if we get that pace.
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland.
Did she just say
You're in my
Colonel
lines,
Holland? How have
Commander.
I never noticed she says Colonel Holland?
Find out what she knows.
I swear she said Colonel Holland. Did I just hear that wrong? I swear she said Colonel Holland. Colonel.
What's your name? Do you live around here?
Come on now, boy George.
I'm George.
Too pure-hearted.
Shada. Se Nev. Your accent sounds familiar. Shopron?
Tangari,
Friend of yours?
father.
Sha'ainalon. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet.
Cherry sword.
The body
A
stays
meal.
here.
Thank you, sir.
Bloody cherry sword.
Signal. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. We wouldn't want to ground this place.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble 1. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble One? Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative.
It's the winter contingency. May God help us all. Ah. What a good time. Sword base. Together I shall. Impulse. July 26.
Be advised, Kilo
5,
33 and
5,
Kilo
2.
34, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by to receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates
Auntie Dot.
received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been, for the moment, prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful.
A shame.
However, current defensive forces are insufficient. ONI has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
Oh, sorry, I'm readjusting myself a bit.
Alright, people.
Fabulously extravagant base, this one, isn't it?
Focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George, Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
Let's move indeed. I do love all the camera angles that involve actual cameras within the game world. Feels very smooth, very nice.
Push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Bring your strike team.
How about the you cheeky sword?
Spartans, hostiles north.
These things can't move fast and kill anything, but, you know. There's quite a few unique vehicles in this game that you can't actually use in Forge mode, if I'm correct. I don't think you could use the forklift in Forge. There's also a cart pusher. Right in the breadbasket, indeed. There's a sniper here, but we keep that for later. Because we're gonna need it for the hunters that appear here later. Oh! Suicide grunt.
6. Push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Bring your strike team.
Hooray!
Spartans, hostiles north.
Oh, jeez, calm down. That box did nothing to you. One dead elite. Let's hope his elite status gives him enough Dharmas for the River Styx, I suppose. River Styx, I suppose. Jeez, calm down, mate. No need to be that excitable. It's nice that the NPCs can actually do some bloody damage. Ow. Jeez. Now this is what I mean by this cart driver. I think this is the only one that actually spawns in the game. Wow. This thing's bloody accuracy. I know you're supposed to shoot in full burst, but I've never really learned to do that. Alright, that's sort of... what is it? Trigger discipline. Probably be better at multiplayer games.
Limited, but we'll prioritize whatever you need, ma'am.
No. Armorlock seems very useful in multiplayer game modes, but much in this one. Come on, Wraiths. Be friends. Bloody hell, that one came close. I hate when they do that. Oh, we did get both of them. Wonderful. Thank you. I do my best.
Pelican inbound with transport 6.
I'll keep the target locator. Oop. Dear, dear. Get on the bloody gun then. I'll never trust you NPCs to drive, that's for certain.
The old Farragut station has its own comms array. That should bring us back online with command. Airview base has an anti-air battery that will help clear the skies.
Come on, somebody get on this bloody thing.
AA gun is to the west, comms array is to the east. Let's roll.
Oh, let's go to the comms array. Immediately flip my car. Maybe I shouldn't be trusted.
Mind if I join you?
No. Otherwise this gun is about as useful as a Christmas decoration in July.
Good call. Let's get comms first.
Hello. Evening. If I remember correctly, one of the secrets is in this area.
Hope that comms array has a
There is a button hidden off the map nearby that allows you to activate some sort of Warhog race, if I remember correctly. Because yes, there's a Warhog race, it's pretty funny. You activate it and then you can race your friends that you're with. Can't remember how to activate the button actually though. Ow, 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 ow. Somewhere out in those rocks there. Hey, ouch. I got both of them. Wonderful. Well, I've never gotten away with that sort of shenanigans before. Now, the first sniper.
Okay, generator is up and running.
There's also another rocket launcher upstairs, if I remember correctly. Oh, driving the car she is. Drop this for a moment. Take out our friends next door. Cheeky up. Cheeky little bugger, aren't they? Yes, you are taking rounds. Of course you are. Hooray! Evening. Don't you run away from me! We can become such good friends! Don't you dodge me. Back here. I'm scared of death or something. Any more who wish to challenge me? For I carry the heavy ordnance. And this ordnance declares your demise.
Did it, 6. Comms array up and running.
Now let's head for airview base and get that AA gun online.
Spartans, this is Sword Control. Thought you could use some mobile firepower.
Indeed I could.
Alright. Take that hog, 6.
We already have a hog, but I suppose. With those distant birds. The birds of the military kind. Calm down, cat. What are you doing, cat? Oh, good God. Oh, no, 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 no. We are not doing that, cat.
Just keep me steady. I'll take care of the rest.
Yep, yep. Women can drive, but unfortunately you cannot. Cat, you have not programmed well enough. Shit, stop running away from me. Deja vu! I've been feeling this place before. Bit of a strange show, that one, Initial D.
We're close to the AA gun.
In Legendary, I would always use this
Should be a reset control
on the
somewhere
roof.
to get it online.
Telemetry received on standby.
Because it would always kill him. It's a real great way of getting rid of the fella. I'll just put you here. I am aware. That was the intention. He just disappeared into the nether. Goodness, shot him so hard in the head, he disappeared into nothingness. Bit rude, but... I'll be taking that. Oh, yeah. Apparently I won't be. Wow. Nailed it that time. Come on, Ghosties. Oh, jeez, cat. Say it like you mean it. No, we are not doing this. Though I am tempted for this next particular Warhog. It is my favorite. You know what? I'll give you a chance, cat.
Noble strike. This is Noble leader. Get back to Sword Base ASAP.
On our way, Commander. 6, let's go.
I don't think so. I'm driving.
Good work, Spartans.
Alrighty then.
Return to Sword Base.
Drive.
The rest of your team is inbound, imminent.
Oh, goodbye, cat. It's good knowing you. Please don't just immediately drive off an edge.
Noble, be advised. Covenant Corvette moving into position. Cat, 6. Get here quick. We'll meet you inside.
I just have to use this thing for something before I get back into the base. So. That'll take a while to recharge. Hmm. And off into space he goes. Very good.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Let me go get that rocket launcher. Too used to playing this in 2-player, where all of the weapons and armor would have already been picked up by your ally. At some point. Not used to having this many pieces of heavy ordnance all to my lonesome. It's quite sad, actually. Feeling quite full on. Another glitch. I just remembered this happened probably one of the first or second times we ever played through this campaign. One of us, I think my nephew, was rushing ahead and I was sitting here being meandering and they were annoyed with me and I sat in the turret shooting at them to annoy them. And as they ran in, the teleport that drags you to your friend, forces you to catch up, dragged me in the turret. So I was currently just floating, I think about here, with a turret. And I was just sitting there. Bloody mobile fortress I was. We weren't able to ever get to replicate it, but it happened once. Teleported a Ghost turret inside of this area. I remember my nephew trying to replicate that damn occurrence. Again. Never happened, but when it happened, by golly, did we feel cool. Felt like bloody powerhouses, we did. Gotta hit the bloody forklift. Oh no, it got through! Snuck through the forklift. Yes, a shame we couldn't pull the turrets all the way over here. We're only ever able to pull them. Don't know if that's actually going to hit anyone, but yeah. We're only ever able to pull them into the kind of area just there. Where's that other sniper rifle at? I sworn there was another one around here, wasn't there? There it was. And some shotguns down here.
Let's get to the atrium. We have to go through the security office.
Still working. Wonderful. Bit of a shame it didn't drag the ghost turret into the elevator. That would have been hilarious.
Corvette's hitting this base hard.
Indeed it is.
Where's our orbital support? Got to be 4 platforms that could take it out with a single Mac round.
Good to be here. I'm sure they will. Not after I fill my own face full of glass. I hate your shields.
6, head upstairs and assist the meal. George, make sure he gets there.
No, I've never done it the straight way, just running through the area like this. Because this is also a firefight map, and also a multiplayer map. Hello. Good to see you all. Oh. My fellows just blew themselves up in a grunt. Now where is our golden friend? You ruiner of legendary runs?
Corvette's gonna rip this base apart. What's the situation, Noble?
Can't do this on my own. Need another Spartan up here.
Can't do this on my own.
6, get to the top floor and assist the meal.
You know, I always used to think that said, get to the top floor and assist a meal. Like a meal. I always thought meal as in something to eat. Never could get it out of my head. Oh, what are you doing there? Ah, you're tough. Pow pow pow. Go upstairs and assist the meal. I thought that was some sort of military speak for a fight. I've not been able to get any of the assassinations. I guess they aren't here in normal. Oh, there you are. Precisely. Indeed. Precisely. I'll get that.
About time.
Yeah, well, don't sound too excited to save me. This lock-on system was quite fun. Very fun in Forge when you could do some spectacular trick shots. The one thing I didn't like in this game is, you know, I understand why they did it, but I didn't much like the design of the Banshees. I liked the previous design of Banshees, you know? If I remember correctly, the space Banshees that turn up far later actually were more like the original Banshees. Slippery sort, this one. Oh, down he goes. Take that! Suffer the wrath of my...
Longswords are inbound and ready to push. Orbital defense is standing by to take the shot.
beautiful, ain't it?
It is indeed,
Someone
George.
should take a picture. Nice work,
Somebody
by the
can!
way.
Whoever's watching, can take a picture.
5, 6.
Fulfill George's
Get down
request.
to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat. Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
I requested your assistance, Commander, and do not need a report on events that occur on my own doorstep. What I do require is a detailed account of your previous engagement. George, it's been too long.
Mom,
What
So
have
much
you done
character.
with my armor?
just some additions I've made.
Indeed. Visegrad Relay. Its data center was home to one of my xenoarchaeologists, Professor Laszlo Sorvad. Perhaps you could shed some light on his death.
Yes.
If he was a civilian male in his mid-60s, he died with a Covenant energy sword through his abdomen.
Elites, then.
They engaged us as well. It was just after we found your scientist's daughter, Mom. She was hiding in the...
Irrelevant. The elites. Tell me more about that.
Beautifully
3, Zealot class.
harsh, isn't
One
she?
got bias. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength too.
Tough
I gave
bastards.
the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective, Commander, are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI,
Harsh
myself
words.
included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advanced teams to hunt down artifacts
Bit
of
rude
value
though,
to
we
their
didn't know any of this.
Survivor account suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there.
Strange place to
You
store
let them
only
get
excavation data.
Data
but,
retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery.
Strange you have access to those field
Latchkey.
notes.
Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your lieutenant commander stole contains it.
Again, harsh.
Before you ask, I was alerted the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just
Very
making a
much
reading
sassy.
suggestion, ma'am. Let's move, noble team.
Oh, I do love these interactions.
That will be all, George.
Such character. I always thought the character work in this game was wonderful. A lot of showing, not telling sort of things. This godforsaken mission. This is probably one of my least favourites. We are going loud in this mission. I am not bothering with the quiet approach. Though I do love the sniper rifle they give me. That's always nice. Love that walking camera angle. Like you, the watcher is the cameraman following right behind, capturing every moment of this heroic Spartan's deployment, like some sort of fabulous masochistic or death wish having
Bravo reporting in.
war
3 and 6 in
reporter.
position. It's starting to get crowded up here, Cat.
Then we're closing in.
Ooh, don't look
Report
down.
any Covenant structures or devices. Direct action may be necessary.
Copy that. When Cat runs an op, direct action is always necessary.
Rude.
Here, you may need these. High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards. And they ain't cheap.
Wonderful, good thing I'm not buying them.
I'll be in touch.
I'd rather you wouldn't. 2. Why?
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is dark to electronic surveillance.
Covenant can block our instruments?
So it would seem. Your command wants to know what they're hiding.
What are you hiding? Oh, little elites. We'll do this one assassination. Punch somebody. Then we're going to shoot the head off everyone.
He's yours.
How am I carrying so much high caliber ammunition? 6 rounds. Good bloody god. Well, that didn't work. Well, that was terrible. Why can't I never assassinate things? Why can't I do anything cool in this bloody game? Oh well. I managed to kill them all in one hit. Spectacular.
Open fire!
99, mate. Nice.
Recon Bravo to Noble 2. Stand by for contact report.
Standing by to copy, over.
We have eyes on multiple hostiles patrolling the settlement. Is what we're looking for, Cat?
Negative. Too small. You're not in the dark zone yet. Engage at your own discretion, but keep moving.
Already engaged.
What are these bloody challenges? Right down. Cheeky sub was using the geometry to hide himself.
Looks like you really pissed them off.
That's what I do best. Must have been a suicide grunt.
Recon Bravo to Noble 2. Stand by for contact report.
Standing by to copy, over.
We have eyes on multiple...
Oh yes, the illusion. Another one that's far more useful against others than yourself. I believe that fellow out of Apex Legends just completely ripped off the Halo Reach hologram ability. You can't convince me otherwise. Evening. Yay! Oh, hello.
Heads up, son. Incoming. Looks like you really pissed them off.
Indeed I did, didn't I? How? How? Not what I meant to do! That's what I meant to do! Thank you for dying a bit too early. I have awful accuracy. Where's this fella? Toggle night vision. Probably would have been useful to tell me before. More dead farmers. one of them. There's a shotgun there. Might be handy. Oh, there's another one. No more pestering me. Agul. Very excitable. Hey. Neil didn't help me at all with that. Selfish sod. Why aren't they blowing themselves up? In the darkness of the night, fly me to the moon, take your place amongst... That's a very tall mountain, I've just realized. Where is the moon? Oh, and you can see a space cloud. Oh, my favorite. Yes, destroy them, great beasts. Rip them to shreds at my behest, you mighty bastards. Yes. Delicious. Karmic justice. Now. Sleep forever.
I'm impressed. Need a better angle.
Should have just used the grenades they always seem to love using.
Cat, you pick any of that up?
Affirmative, Recon Bravo. It's an indigenous creature called Guta.
Ooh, Guta. Sounds like a wonderful dish. I wonder if they're edible. But the bone marrow. Those muscular arms. I'm sure it'd be very lean, very gamey. Of course. Good night. Good night. The one that got away. So slow.
Gunfire. Magnums. Security sidearms. Standard issue. I'm your shadow. Noble do, but that's some sort of pump station. Got eyes on civilians. I'm thinking more local militia. They've engaged hostiles.
Move to assist. They may have intel we need.
You heard us, Six. Keep those civilians alive.
I was way ahead of you, mate.
Give us a hand! Bastards just keep coming!
Switching cover.
Hey! A party from all the way over here. Now where are you elites? Skirmishers on the roof. Where have those elites run off to? I'm sure there was some. Imagine trying to shoot someone with a pistol from this distance. Bloody hell. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hooray! They shit this over. Very nice.
You don't belong here.
Were they saying that to me or to the enemies? Either would probably be correct. Again, humans were likely never on this planet.
You Spartans are good in a fight.
What are you doing here? Whole area is supposed to be evacuated.
Didn't like leaving it to someone else to protect our home, so we came back. For this. We have them hidden all over the territory.
You know, this stuff is stolen.
What, you gonna arrest me?
No. I'm going to steal it back.
Well, it's time to use that rocket launcher.
Another dropship coming in. Phantom inbound.
After them. Bit of a waste, but a bit of fun. Give me that DMR. Boom.
We got company.
Hope it's not bad company. Well, I shot somebody out of the bloody little thing. Bloody party up in here. Take that, Jim. Not too sure what class they are. Corporal? How about the only thing I remember about this, most of this game, will be how difficult it is during Legendary. Never really had anything fun happen here. Well, at least nothing fun enough for me to remember so many years later. Not like teleporting with the bloody Gauss turret. It was a very ordinary mission. Very much a product of its time, I'd say. Every shooter had a level like this, where you get given a sniper rifle and were meant to stealth it about. In fact, Bad Company 2 is probably one of them. I'm not too sure. I'd have to play it again to know. Could be possibly another game we play at some point. I did have a good fun with Bad Company at one point. Anyone else here played that Bad Company series? Completely unrelated from Halo, but I just remembered it. One of the Battlefield series, I believe. A spin-off of some kind. Still don't know what the storyline was of that game. If nothing, this thing has got a very coherent storyline. I can remember it almost in its entirety. Both good and bad, because it means I could never really play it for fun. I've never been the kind of person who's able to do that thing where you are able to play games that you've already played just because you enjoy them. Just like I can't read a book that I've already read, unfortunately.
Basically, show us.
They don't need to show me, I know exactly where I'm going. Oh, I really do wish I could play games again. It's something I've enjoyed about streaming, actually, is I've done a few things where I've played games that I've played before, and it's much easier.
Every settlement in the territory. Shame if it all gets wasted. Doing what we can.
But it's much easier to, oh dear, where'd you get there? To play things again when I feel like I'm enjoying them with someone else. It's like I was able to play it again with my nephews all those years ago, because, you know, we enjoy it together. Reminiscing on old times. But, fortunately, I can't do that on my own. I really wish I could. I can't even read the same book or watch the same movie again.
Covenant structure. Kind of a big pylon. Heavily fortified.
That's the source of our dark zone.
Okay. Consider it gone.
I did not.
Negative. Stick of a multi-dead charge on it. Command is planning something big. They say that pylon died at dawn.
Center mass.
Oh dear.
Got behind something.
Hostile fire at my position.
Hooray! Always brightens my day. If I ever get any of those, like, fancy emote sounds, if I ever get onto Twitch, I suppose. Ooh, that was nice. I'll definitely make this sound one of them. Hooray! The grunt birthday sound. There are invisible fellows around here. Hooray! So many poppable heads. So satisfying. Oh, there's a rocket launcher down there. I'd forgotten about that. Would have been nice in the legendary playthrough I did. I remember that was here. Where are those invisible elites? Probably turn that off. It looks a lot nicer without that bloody night vision on.
All clear, 6.
All clear, you say?
Keep your eyes peeled.
Ah, I probably should have kept these 2 shots. For our dear hunter friends. Ah, well, there's shotguns around the place. I'll use those. And I've still got this. Worth their weight in gold, these snipers were during the legendary. Shotgun time. Hey! None of that, mate. Way! How exciting. Like an extreme sport.
Recon Bravo to Noble 2. Charge placed.
Somewhere inconspicuous, I hope?
Stuck it inside the pylon's power supply.
Alright, keep pushing into the dark zone. Command wants to know what the Covenant are hiding.
There's a gate to the southeast of the hydro plant.
Copy. Uploading security code.
Let me in! Let me in, you bloody bastards! I am a clairvoyant! I am an oracle, I know where I'm going. Oh, I don't even press the button. I forgot.
Unlocking the gate.
That's
Recon Bravo.
annoying.
We're heading into the dark zone now.
Understood. Phantom. A little too close for comfort. I got this.
Back off, mate. Ooh, I'm almost dead. Ah! Oh, there I am. It's gonna happen.
Understood. Phantom. A little too close for comfort. Covering fire.
Got him. Can I have that? Oh, we gotta take that gun.
Shit. Fire and maneuver 6. Hit them from the side.
No, I hit them from the front. Works perfectly well for me. There's also another unique one of these. I never know if you can actually use them in Forge. I never at least figured out how to get it in Forge.
I think we're getting warm.
But yes, the in the mission after this, there's a Gorse version of that. It was the only time that Gorse variant ever appeared, and actually may have appeared one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Did not mean to press that. I'm too used to games that allow me to Snipe. Yes, get into the turret. Oh, hello. Yes, die.
We have eyes on at least one Covenant ship.
Solid copy. Don't stop now.
Check them for intel.
Go. Third mission down. And we get this beautiful vista of doom and despair. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. That certainly isn't good.
Jackpot. Transmitting visual. You've seen this, Cat?
Confirmed. Receiving Nova 3 and Nova 6 live visual of a Covenant strike force.
It's no strike force. It's an invading army. If we're gonna smother this thing, we need to go in hard and fast.
Agreed. All recon teams disengage and fall back. Sun will be up in a few hours. And it's
I do apologize if this seems overly gushy, I suppose, about how much I love this game, but I really do enjoy it. It's something I have very fond memories of, and I'm trying to remember as many of them as I can. This mission is one of those missions when you're playing in Legendary, you just have to keep dying until you get lucky at the start. Though, I'm going to try one thing, which was hilarious to do when my nephews were trying to play. Start the mission with them, immediately self-destructing in the funniest way possible. In some vain attempt to get around the programming to fly a Banshee early. Hey, going in without knowing where people are transmitting from, you would assume they can only transmit in one direction. There has to be a ship in space somewhere. Yet, plot twist, they don't see it.
That landing zone has been tagged by UNSC Command as the priority 1 target.
And then they all get blown up.
Loud and clear.
Copy that. Acquiring signal lock on the pylon. Detonating in 3, 2.
And this seems like an awfully inefficient way of doing things. Should have spread out far before. Hello! Good to see you, Egosick. Crunch. And so it begins. I saw a meme that actually transitioned into this. Yep. Oh, there's the Wilhelm scream.
Can you hear me?
I certainly
Six, you
can.
all right? I could use some help.
On my way.
Now... Give me control, come on.
Cat, 6, what's your status?
Damn it.
Pylons are down. We're
Ah, well.
pushing up the hill.
C'est la vie. The grenade launcher could have been so much better than it was. Practically bloody useless. It's just a fancier, more cumbersome way of taking out shields. Ah, and there's that Ghost turret I was talking about. That, no, fuel rod turret? Fuel rod turret? Fluoride turret? I'll have that shoot at me for a while. Give me control! Not the most efficient turret. Oh, I get another chance to kill myself. Come on! Yes! Yes! Bloody success! Yes! But imagine that, except it's 2 people. And the other person is a involuntary member of that particular union. Very fun, though. Glad I still got it. Even if it's only me. Practically joking myself. No problem, mate. That is okay. Ego sick. As long as you're enjoying yourself. As long as you're enjoying yourself, ego sick, that's all that matters. Ah, yes.
Copy, Commander.
Get out of the bloody chair.
Go shut down those AA guns. Commandeer that Warthog 6.
Like, I'll let them do it this time. The Rocket Hog is fun, but it's not nearly as fun as the Gorse. So. Hooray!
6. AA gun should be in visual range.
Type Tyrant.
Those guns are pounding us with high-velocity plasma shells.
Which would mean the strike by the British Grafter is also out of the question.
Noble 6.
Oopsie daisies.
Stuck out of range unless you could do something about those guns.
Anyone gonna drive me? Guess I have to drive the bloody thing. I have to do all the work around here. Wow, he's intelligent enough not to shoot immediately. Off into orbit that Revenant goes. Off into bloody orbit. Leave you fellas here. Never can use a nice thing properly, can they? That war flip shot, trick shot though. Yes, they do their best, don't they? One of many cool trick shots that can be yours as well if you get a terrible driver. I'm not blind. I am perfectly functional. That wonderful, ear-shattering nature of getting blown up. Oh, I did get rid of the shield. Ow, get out of there. Quickly! Where's our Warhog?
Control 2, Lima 4. Permission to commence bombing run.
We've lost the Warhog. Where'd the Warhog go? Oh dear. Oh, it's still alive. I thought it was a bit too close. Righty then.
Good work, Noble 6. UNSC air support. Skies are clear.
Oh. Good shot, Cat. Far better at shooting than you are at driving. That ghost is determined. Get out of there, eh? Ah! I was looking for you, right? I think I am. One more volley. There we are. Hey!
Well done.
Trick shots! Ah, we lost our friend. Oh, that's right, we left him behind. Never mind. He didn't die, though. Should be thanking us, because he would most certainly be dead by this point.
Noble 6, there's a mining facility near your location. Covenant are using it as a command outpost. Troopers on site have already engaged.
Get out of that bloody thing. I'll take care of this. Cat, don't you dare. How many times I tried to force this walk across the bridge and fell off the cliff is uncountable. Well, I've done that a few times. You can get it all the way to the front. Cat is certainly trying. Bless her heart. Oh well. Oh, I got somebody. No, I'm in through the next area as well. I can't say I've ever tried that particularly, but I'm sure I thought of it at some point.
A zealot? We're onto something big, Commander.
Eyes on the prize, Noble.
Dear.
Take out that zealot.
Don't surprise me like that, you skirmisher.
Keep moving toward the spires.
Ooh, nice dam. Never noticed that before.
Covering.
Covering? Well, I don't need any blankets, mate. You were the one who ran towards an exploding device. I'd already armed it. Don't tell me to be careful. I have no idea what these things that are popping up on my screen are. Are they achievements? Oh. See if we can't get rid of this zealot before he jumps down the hole. Come on, mate. Yeah, down he goes.
High-value target has been neutralized.
Before he ran away. Whoa! Whoa! Meow. Xbox sounds going off in the background? I can't tell. Righty then. There was a door, but damned if I use it. Down we go. Hello everyone. Good to meet you all. Good to make your acquaintance. This is my friend. His name is Venus. He sits at the end of my elbow and really loves blunt force trauma to somebody else's head. Glad you could get acquainted. Oh, empty room. Ooh, ordnance. Nope, nope. And thank you. Come on, cat. Hurry it up. Get in, cat. We're going shopping. That was a joke, right? I believe they use faction. Oh yes, that's right. I control this one. Oh. Yes, I don't know where those grenades went. Well, they went to the stratosphere to better blow up that ship that's hiding in orbit.
Ahead of your location. I want you to neutralize that gun by any means necessary.
Any means necessary. I wonder why that sounds so ominous. Like I'm about to get out and start using war crimes to defeat the AA gun. How does one use war crimes in this situation? I don't know. I'm sure somebody who's creative in war crimes, or perhaps has their doctorate in war chronology, could figure it out. That's the one problem with this machine. It's just not very powerful. Yes, but you're also invincible. So you can be on fire, and in the middle of a nuclear blast, and I still wouldn't care. They got me. Cheeky sons. Good evening. It's good to know you. Ah, that's right. Like that to yourself. That was a terrible idea. Can't even run these fellows over. They're tougher than that, they are. Oh, you're still alive. Goodbye, sweet prince. And let the fireworks commence. Defending the LZ, are we? I thought. Shame these little grunts' arms are too short to start trying to take my gun, aren't they? Take that, cat. Didn't even use this thing once.
Well done, 6. Only needs up-close recon on those spires. We're gonna fly you the rest of the way.
George has a Falcon inbound your position, Lieutenant. Highlighting the LZ now.
Commander, I'm going to set up a forward observation post here.
Copy that. I'm waiting on new intel. See what you can see.
Now another strange thing. This thing's turned up in the later level, the Fight of Alexandria, I can't quite remember the level. But you can't actually get this grenade one in Forge. You can only get the machine gun one. It's bizarre. Ah, another time I can use grenades to kill ourselves. As you can see, if you just let them go at the right moment, you instantly die. If you really wanted to annoy someone, that was the way to go. Sometimes it happened by accident. Also, these buildings are all really tiny. They're full-size buildings scaled down to little tiny buildings. Sort of look, because look how large the Wraith is. The Wraith is supposed to be the size of a normal tank. Not that big. On the other side, it's even more egregious. Because the doors are about the size of a grunt on these buildings, even though grunts are supposed to be half the size of a human.
There's the spire. Solid copy. Dot.
Latest intel suggests
Boing.
these spires may be projecting
Boing.
electromagnetic filtering shields.
Affirmative, sir. Here we go.
Bad choice, right?
Just lost all power. We're going down.
Very casual, very blasé.
Brace for a hard landing.
Good night, sweet prince. You didn't have the right armor on. Or the right genetic modifications. Actually, I'm not too sure if we're a Spartan 2. We may be a Spartan 3. George is a Spartan 2, though. So he's all
Crew's dead.
Master Chiefed up.
I'm showing hostiles all over the place. We gotta move. Commander, we've got eyes on the spire. Looks like a staging area.
Copy. We have your visual. Dot's working the problem. Stand by.
Ah, I just love them flying up into the air. Walking in straight lines. Make it all so easy.
You stay right there.
Whee! Game changer, this jetpack. When I had first played it in the campaign, my mind was blown. Just blown away I was. Absolutely blown away. The uses. Gotta get a Banshee. Yeah, I most certainly do. That's right. Give me your guns. Banshee! Where are you, Banshee? Oh, I got him. Shame I blew up his gun as well. Ah well, take the laser beam. So,
Noble 5.
very,
Those spires to be teleported.
lovingly known.
Teleporters. Linked to what?
Frigate Raptor is on station ready to kill that spire. But first, we need to power down
This sniper rifle, this Covenant sniper rifle. Hey, there we are! Successful. Who needs an elevator? I remember I completed a legendary with my nephew by flying the Banshee up here. And they flew up the normal way. Whey! What was I saying before I got distracted by the Banshee? Ah, let's have some fun with this, shall we? This area is also a multiplayer map. You can probably tell. Yes, I know how to use the Banshee.
Taking rounds.
Evening, everyone. How are we doing?
I live for this. Here I come. I'm under fire. Repositioning. Leader. Six is on his way out.
Ah yes, this thing.
Get in there.
This was, lovingly known as the penis rifle. One of my nephews always called this the penis rifle. But I'll get you with the penis rifle. And really, I guess you do blow your load over this thing. I always get a sword at the end. The old penis rifle. Not a sniper rifle, a penis rifle. Goes to show how his small brain was very unaware how penises actually worked. Perhaps he was talking about it pissing everywhere.
Control, this is Noble 1.
Had some particularly powerful flows.
Have a nice day.
Copy that, Noble 1.
Something you don't have in old age.
Frigate 318 Heavy is inbound, and MAC rounds have been authorized.
Mac rounds? In atmosphere?
One way to get their attention. Hang on to your teeth, people.
There's 3 of these things. Why are they using Mac rounds for each of them? We're gonna have to do that with every single one of them. I say, knowing exactly what's gonna happen after this. Mm-hmm.
Oh. No, somebody tell me this ain't happening.
UNSC frigate Grafton. Do you copy?
Nope.
Grafton is dust. We need to get out of here now.
Really wonder how they missed that. This thing is the size of a small country, frankly. Belgium could probably fit inside that ship. I could go for some chocolate, speaking of Belgium. Look, 9 o'clock. I think I'll go till 10. I think this may be the last mission, though. I do remember this one being quite
Our foe
long.
was more devious than we imagined.
Yes.
That spire was indeed a teleporter linked to a cloaked Covenant supercarrier. A grave threat.
Look at that. That's
Thankfully, help is imminent. 60% of the UNSC fleet is en route to Reach from existing deployments. The first battle group should arrive within 48 hours.
48 hours is a long time.
That's imminent?
Well, it is space, mate.
Uh-oh. Who's your money on this time?
Her.
You always pick her.
She's always had him dialed in.
That thing's crushing us and we're waiting for backup. They'll be backing up a graveyard.
All our nukes are either out system or went down with the ships that carried them. You're preaching to the converted.
How converted?
I know that look, Cat.
You can say no.
No.
You don't even want to hear it?
Fine, I'll hear it.
Remember that accident a couple years back? Colony ship en route to Cygnus, 700 dead.
Vaguely a slip space drive malfunction, right?
Actually, it worked fine. The drive was mounted improperly after a service haul-out. When it fired, it teleported half the ship to oblivion.
This is relevant. How?
A certain Covenant supercarrier could, with some assistance, suffer the same unfortunate accident.
Even for you, Cat, that's...
Inspired?
Not the word I would use.
Yes, she should get inspiration if
What's
she was a
going
D&D character.
Go ahead. Explain.
Certainly one of those harebrained
May I?
schemes.
Don't cut yourself.
You'd definitely see out of a D&D
Destroy
campaign.
Covenant carrier in geosynchronous orbit above us.
This sanctioned, sir.
What do you think?
Method: a slip space drive in lieu of the nukes we don't have. Delivery system: us. Solvable? Getting us up there. That and getting our hands on a slip space drive. Thank you for sharing.
So, all we need is orbit-capable transport and the single most expensive piece of equipment made by man.
As a soldier in the field, I couldn't possibly have access to those kinds of resources. That said, a good place to look might be, I don't know, the nearest non-existent launch site in the non-existent Saber program dismissed by 3 administrations as preposterous rumor, and in which our newest member was certainly never a pilot.
You're scary. You know that.
All we need is a green light from Holland.
Good luck with that.
You're the one asking him.
Always good to be a linchpin of a plan. I finished mine.
Well, there's no way in hell he's gonna go for this.
Haha. He went for it. Narrator. He went for it. He was probably just as impressed as any dungeon master would have been, somebody coming up with a plan like that. Is there a sci-fi D&D? I've never really kept up with it. Has to be, right?
Bit of a hike to the launch facility.
Any closer? It's too hot to land.
Copy that, Commander.
It's a bit of a shame everywhere we seem to go seems to be under attack. Couldn't I have just launched off in this secret base site without being molested by the government? Bloody tragedy. Damn, wasn't quite good enough. I used to be very good at that shot. That's a good way to open this fight. Legendary. Nice try. Don't yell so much, you'll hurt your throat. And then I won't be able to hurdle it. Ah, I do love the rock performance of this game. They are something else. In a universe of very accurate orbital imaging, you'd think it'd be very hard to hide bases like this, but I suppose you can hide them on many planets. Now. Damn. Gotta get rid of that gunner first. This actually doesn't help at all, but it's fun to do. In 2-player, you can get somebody to stand over there and tell you if you're hitting them. I wonder if I'm killing anyone. Okay, that's enough shots. That's probably me.
I live for this.
Target acquired.
Get some cover.
I love how the guns are a part of the percussion instruments.
Everybody inside. More hostiles on the way.
Spartans coming in. Watch your fire.
Flight control this way. They're expecting you.
Wow, flight control is not in great condition. And it's dead.
Let's get that Saber airborne before he changes his mind.
We got a raid from the lower platform!
Controls right through that door, Commander.
Contemplative. Give me those shotguns. Goodness. Nobody to help us do flight control. But there she is. The old Saber. Shame she never returned. She is a joy to fly.
6, get to the Saber before the Covenant wreck it.
Launch team. What about you and Cat?
Saber's prepped and ready for
June's
launch.
on his way with a Falcon. We'll exfil after you launch. Move.
Absolute joy to fly is this ship, and this is probably one of the most standout missions of this whole campaign. This space flight mission. Another good piece of cinematography, this, by the way. Another one of my favorite scenes, cutscenes. And we have liftoff. Do you join me from the nice, secret Saber base, ready to fly off into space, where no man has gone before? 400 years ago. 500 years ago, actually. Even more than that. 600. And has gone to space plenty of times since then, but doesn't make it any less impressive, especially if you're dealing with these camera angles.
First stage engine burn nominal.
Beautiful.
Stage separation in 3, 2, 1. Stage separation.
Like art in motion. That is exactly what it is. Art in motion.
Second stage ignition confirmed.
And here we are.
Noble Actual to Saber Bravo 029er, over. Copy Actual.
This whole mission reminds me of something.
Operation Uppercut. I'll be your control from here on out.
What it reminds me of is a,
Noble 6, these sabers have been customized for orbital defense.
Indeed they have.
You may need to get reacquainted. Rendezvous at Anchor 9 with Frigate Savannah and the other sabers as soon as you're ready.
Reminds me of a, the way that this mission plays reminds me of those, sort of, by the way, yep. Oh, wrong one. You're supposed to turn earlier than that. Reminds me of, a game, like a prototype for a game. Like a really polished prototype they would take to a pitch, you know? Look at our space combat game, sort of thing.
You may need to get reacquainted. Rendezvous at Anchor 9 with Frigate Savannah and the other sabers as soon as you're ready. Holland out.
Don't you get that feeling as well? I certainly do. Yep, okay. There we are. Gotta do that, it's just bloody tradition at this point. Oh, I've lost myself. There I am. Whee! Looking somebody very uncomfortable.
About 6. We should head for the Savannah. Multiple unidentified contacts.
Savannah Actual to Saber teams. Be advised, we have bogeys inbound.
Anchor 9 to all UNSC ships. Station defenses are down.
Shame we didn't get more of these frigates built, eh?
Here we go, 6. Show them what you can do.
Makes you realise, I wonder how they would build a ship in space. And then you see this and you go, well, that makes sense, I suppose.
Taking the shot.
Makes it even more impressive that these bloody things can even survive orbit.
Hang in there, Saber teams.
Ah, look at these space banshees. Wish you could have driven these things. I wonder if there's some sort of multiplayer thing that I never played that allowed you to. The DLC for this game, was DLC a thing around that time? There you are. I wonder how these guns fire. Go on, mate.
Nice heads.
Thank you. Awful bloody lot of these fellas.
Taking fire from that banshee. I'm taking shots.
There they go. Ridge looks beautiful this time of year. Where are you, missiles? There you go.
On target.
Where is this bloody fella? He's running circles around me.
Nice shooting.
Nailed it. That's a lot more of these fellas than I remember that day.
Weapons hot.
Huh? How'd you manage to do that? Doing evasive maneuvers on me, are you, mate? Can't be having that. Apparently we could jump out into space and get one of these banshees.
Good hunting.
Goodwill hunting?
UNSC ships.
No?
Impulse drive signatures detected. Fighter class. Heads up, Sabers.
Saber teams, use your guns to take down their shields, then hit them with your missiles.
battery's at 79%. Buy us another minute, Saber teams.
Hit by air fire.
In my sights.
You've got a fighter on your 6. That's a confirmed kill.
Taking extra air fire.
Gotta concentrate on this. Been talking so much tonight, my brain's starting to get fried. This will have to be the last mission. Hopefully I'll get the energy back tomorrow and I'll be able to do another stream. Very good.
Anchor 9 to all craft in the vicinity. Be advised we show a large attack force inbound. Combat air patrol and Saber teams are directed to engage and defend the station.
Do our best, sir.
Anchor 9 to all UNSC ships. Station defenses are back online. Clear the lane. We'll light them up.
Putting rounds on target.
Shields can't take much more of this. Taking shots from that Banshee. Boogie has
That's
blocked.
a kill.
Yeah, baby, keep it up.
Boogie Wonderland. It's almost like the guns only need one hit. Which is probably the case. How the hell did you manage to survive yourself?
Down and out.
Nice shooting.
I do my best. And I aim to please.
Firing.
Whoa!
Taking shots from that Banshee.
Bogey down.
Halo needs more space fighting. Well, unfortunately it doesn't seem Halo Infinite's going to be giving you that, but it may be giving you more vehicle combat, which might be a nice consolation prize.
One gun. Anchor 9 to Saber teams. Phantoms are inbound on Vector 7, Mark 4-9er.
But yes, after this they really didn't try that hard, did they? Considering I would think this would be one of people's favourite levels. You'd think they'd try and emulate it. Even though it wasn't Bungie, it was 343 and they probably loved this level as well. Just strange that they didn't use this concept again. They didn't need to use the Saber again, but they could have used something else. The Saber was an experimental program and was destroyed with Reach, fair enough, but they had other space fighters, I'm sure.
Nice heads.
It seems strange.
Got a bogey on your 6.
Oh dear.
Gunboats are in position. Damage control teams at the ready.
I am.
Torpedo launch detected.
One Pelican flying level on Halo 4. Oh dear. That didn't go well. I wasn't attacking from their vulnerable spots, which is above.
Weapons hot. Got one. Anchor 9 to all UNSC fighters. Multiple inbound Phantoms.
This is a lot easier
Saber teams were marking high-value gunboat targets now.
when you are not by yourself.
Rock and roll.
We got a bogey in hot pursuit at the top.
I actually don't remember that Pelican level in Halo 4.
That bogey's trying to get a lock on you. Scratch one.
I guess I'll find out when I get to Halo 4, eh?
Yeah, baby, keep it up.
I'll try.
You might want to get evasive, Smart.
Scratch one enemy fighter.
Or did they all run away?
Firing.
Seems they did.
Anchor 9 to UNSC ships. All targets neutralized. Bravo 029er, you are clear to dock. Activating marker.
Holland to Bravo 029er. Noble 5, you ready to go? Affirmative, Colonel.
Let's going. Ah, we didn't hit it that time. Sometimes if you go fast enough, you feel the controller vibrate as it hits the wall. And you can actually lose the items you picked up. Tragic. There's a reason why I was going around collecting all those items just before we flew off into space, because they are the items I will keep on the next subsequent part of the mission. Look, that place is alive. And on fire. You can't see it, it's behind the chat. Parts of the planet are burning.
Noble 5, please repeat.
Pull up surface grid 19 by 22.
Oh dear.
Gladly. Only sword place, sector 18G.
Thermal enhance.
Noble 5, your pulse is elevated.
Oof.
There is nothing you can
Not
do
looking
to
good.
the
But hey,
those
those explosions are as large as that typhoon.
Noble
Or
5,
cyclone for Australia.
I know.
Bravo, I know you're cleared to re-engage thrusters. Noble 6, this is Holland.
Go ahead, Colonel.
We've flagged
He sounds so young.
class vessel on a predicted docking
Shame we
track
couldn't
with
change
our
his
target.
voice in the
Get our
campaign.
makeshift bomb on that Corvette, and we have our delivery system. Noble 5 will escort the bomb. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's already donated her slip space drive to the cause, the Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support.
UNSC Savannah. Our wings may be clipped, but we've got your back.
I've stuck my neck out for Noble on this one, Lieutenant.
Certainly have. It would be an expensive mistake, but then again, everything's been blown up, so I suppose it wouldn't change that much. I always wonder about the logistics and economics behind such large-scale military conflicts as space would require.
Target Corvette sighted within visual range of nav beacon RA-15.
We have visual. Target confirmed.
Frigate Savannah in position. Saber team, sound off.
Echo 1, all systems nominal.
Echo 2, good to go.
Echo 3, systems green.
Echo 4, all systems online.
They're explosives. I
Solid
thought they were
copy.
ships.
We are currently jamming the Corvette's comms. Hit it hard while it can't call for help.
Agreed. Saber teams, clear a path to that Corvette.
Weapons free.
Might want to clip her engines, Colonel. See if we can slow her down.
Good thinking, Savannah. That'll make boarding her a whole lot easier. Noble 6,
Suppose it would.
marking targets. Take out the Corvette's main engines.
I realized you could actually damage them before the objective started.
Taking the shot.
Yeah. Ow, ow,
Range
ow,
shooting.
ow, ow, ow.
Energy flares detected in the Corvette's aft launch bays.
Heads up, Sabers. Multiple impulse drive signatures detected. More bogies incoming.
And
Echo 2 to Savannah Actual. Where are the reinforcements coming from? I thought the target was jammed. Must be squadrons coming back from patrol, Echo 2.
Don't let any of them get
just
away,
happens.
Sabers. Kill them before they bug out and warn that supercarrier what we're up to.
Well, they'd just be warning the supercarrier we're attacking their ship. I don't think it would really tell them that much. I suppose they would be suspicious when the ship is still okay.
Bogey is hit. Excellent shot.
Got one. On target.
And boom. For such a sci-fi series, it's almost unusual how much Halo doesn't have space combat.
Nice hits.
Enemy fighter down.
Oh, its shield's still there.
Weapons free.
Wow, that was a salvo. Oh, that's the guns. Thinking they're ships.
Dot, analyze all available data on that Corvette. Find a way inside.
Scans indicate a structural weakness surrounding a platform on top of the vessel.
Noble 6, set down immediately on that Corvette's topside landing pad.
Whoops. I was a bit too enthusiastic about setting down topside landing pad.
Scratch one bogey.
Oh, bloody hell, it certainly took me back.
Firing.
That would have been tragic if this was some sort of all skulls on command, wouldn't it have been?
I have a clear shot.
There we are. Now let's try this again, shall we?
Analyze all available data on that
Illinois Savannah for a while. Hello.
Scans indicate a
How are
structural
you?
weakness surrounding a platform on top of the vessel.
Noble 6, set down immediately on that Corvette's topside landing pad.
Shame we can't destroy those guns. Maybe able to save the Savannah if we could. Time for some zero-G fun. The wonderfully cinematic sounds of muffled space noises. And ominous space music. And the horse you flew in on.
Countermeasures won't work forever. Find a way inside and permanently disable that cruiser's communications.
Evening.
As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't squawk, we'll initiate uppercut phase 2.
How are we all feeling? I'm feeling great.
Holland to Savannah. Enemy comm relay is now offline.
Copy that. Halting countermeasures, diverting all power and personnel to weapons.
All right, Noble. Let's get that slip space bomb on board.
Wait a minute.
6, head for the hangar.
I just wondered why my character didn't just... In his exit from the ship, why didn't he just use the bloody sabers on top of the thing?
Noble 5, meet him there.
It wasn't that far away from them. I suppose gravity was on, so we couldn't get back up to them. Oh, bastard. Who needs to kill the engineer? I don't. I have a shotgun. Ouch, 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 ouch. Now. I'm up. Bloody hell. I was defeated by low gravity. There was no evasive maneuvers for me. I believe there's a role you can get in this game too. You think humans would have invented more effective grenades for zero gravity? It also must be a nightmare to keep my feet on the ground while shooting this thing.
Go for those shield controls. I need in.
There's our makeshift bomb.
Copy that. 6.
Shame we couldn't get any
Your fire
shielding
team
for
to
the
the
bloody
bridge.
thing.
The Corvette's refueling run with the supercarrier will have to be initiated manually.
Yes, sir.
5, stay with the bomb and discourage the curious.
My pleasure. Hear that, Lieutenant? I'll be all by my lonesome back here. Make it quick, would you?
Re-entry unit. I didn't realize that's what that said. Wow, that is some spectacular foreshadowing. Didn't even realize.
Get that Corvette moving toward the supercarrier.
Bloody thing says re-entry unit. Almost like it knew what was coming. Yeah, I know.
Savannah to Holland, sustaining major structural damage. We need to break off, Colonel.
Copy, Savannah. Our team is in. Disengage.
I can't believe I never noticed all the years playing this game and I didn't read the bloody guy's backpack. Camera focused so much on it too.
Break off! Break off! Hull breach! Reactor's flaring! Damn it, I'm losing her!
Why does it never activate? I wonder if it's because of the frame rate of the console.
Savannah actual. Can you hear me?
Savannah's... Oh, by the way, I didn't watch that happen, but yeah, Savannah's dead.
Nothing we can do.
Noble, you're in deep with no cover. Get that Corvette moving and get the hell out of there.
See, it's just not activating. I'm hitting these people square on the back. No assassinations for me. I am just ruthless. Absolutely no fun. Why does no one want to be assassinated in this place?
Move, Lieutenant. Put that Corvette on a refueling track to the supercarrier.
I know it's this button. Let me activate the button.
Well done, Noble 6. Uppercut initiated. Corvette is underway.
Oh, hello.
6. Our right out of here is taking heavy fire. Get back to the hangar.
Thought they never died.
Thought they never died. No, we don't. I'm missing in action. I'm just so unconscious I will never wake again.
6. Our right out of here is taking heavy fire.
My soul's gone walkabout. A violent pose, this is. Oh, calm down, your highness. I'm on my bloody way.
Targets in sight.
Wait. I wonder if that glitch is still possible. Wasn't there a glitch that you could use to get inside the Pelican?
Good of you to come. Hostiles are pounding the hell out of a Pelican.
Was there? Or was I mistaken?
I can't see him.
Sorry everyone, you'll have to fight this one without me. I'm trying to figure something out. They're all competent enough, I'm sure they can figure it out. Damn it.
I'm just getting warmed up. Taking rounds. That's better.
Maybe it wasn't this one. I sworn it was. I'll punch you. Ah! Yes! Haha! You can! This must be thrilling to all of you. Hey mate, remember, don't you know? Crouch, you hold square, you get inside the pelican. I remember this glitch. It works much more effectively when there's two people and one can direct the person's fire. Because I am unable to see anything. But it's quite fun. This is almost like a glitch fest. I'll have to make the Pelican in New Alexandria. What's the point of these games if I can't do the... Oh no, I can't even get the Pelican in New Alexandria, can I? Bastard. I can't get it because it's not two-player. Well, I'm gonna have to play this game with someone else at some point. Yes. That works spectacularly well. I formed up on you. And I am emotionally prepared.
Refueling track with the Covenant supercarrier. 76 seconds to enter it.
So, it's gonna be like that.
Indeed it is, George.
Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and our thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to enter.
Yeah. Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later.
Indeed we do, mate.
Better get going, Six. They're gonna need you down there. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this.
Deny me this. I won't, George. I would have appreciated if you'd thrown me out of the thing with a bit more dignity. But as the infamous Australian outlaw was dubiously quoted as saying, "C'est la vie," as he dropped from the noose. He actually said such is life, but... Goodbye, George. We barely knew thee. And goodbye, Mr. Pelican, that sucked me into the floor. I don't want to ever see that again. Cheers to George.
Slipspace rupture detected.
Beautiful. And this is when you realize
Slipspace rupture detected.
this isn't a happy story. This, my friends, is a tragedy. Small victories in war mean little if you lose it. So begins the tragedy of the Noble Team. And, funnily enough, the thumbnail I've already made is at the beginning of this level. So it's perfectly timed. We'll watch this. Love that backdrop though. Very good looking. Just destroy a whole mountainside. And off we walk. Lone Ranger once again. Seems to be the fate of Spartans controlled by extra-dimensional beings, namely us. Music is just beautiful in this game. Get that Halo signature. Come on, cameraman, keep up. New Alexandria. Oz. Beautiful place if it wasn't half on fire. Lost, confused, and a lot of pain. But there's a fight to be fought. So here we are. But that's where us and our winter rose shall end tonight. A tragedy, isn't it? But I do love that. Quite poignant. Though it may just be because I have a soft spot for this game. I'm sure someone could find a problem with how it all played out. So, how did we enjoy ourselves? Man, I love this game. Well, I couldn't concur more, mate. Absolutely bloody love it. Glad I started with it. It'll make the rest a lot easier to get through. Just so boring compared to Halo Reach. Enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed playing the stream. From the bottom of my bloody heart, I did. Bringing back a lot of memories, as you can probably tell. I've almost had a story for every level. Every half level. Right now, I don't feel like I could do another one tomorrow morning. Maybe another one tomorrow night? We'll see. I just don't know if I can get up in the morning and do it. But maybe I can. I'll set up the stream tonight for... Maybe we'll start it later. I'll start it at 12 instead of 1. Instead of 9. Not quite peak hour, but maybe 11 or 12 tomorrow. At Australian time, of course. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Oh, otherwise... Oh, goodness. It's like going back to one's childhood home. The best way I can feel it. Problem is I never really had a childhood home. Sounds much more tragic than I meant it to, but I moved too often to really get connected to a place like that. But there's this... I do have a childhood holiday spot that gave you that same feeling of comfort and nostalgia. That's what this game feels like to me. Spending all that time with my nephews, it was a good time in my life. Other than moment of contemplation spent, I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. I'm glad you all watched. A few more people than I expected came through for a stream at night time. So, fun. So, good night, sweet dreams, and watch out for that winter contingency. And if it does happen, may God help us all. Good night.